What's up, everyone? This is Film Debris. I'm Temple at Masterside. Today we're talking about comic book movies that we want to see, and one of the movies that I want to see, that I've wanted to see for a while, is a Deadpool movie. And I know that they're already they're going to be making one. There's going to be one coming out soon. And I know that Ryan Reynolds is kind of in the talks to be in it. But what I think would be the best way to do it, and I think the best way to do almost anything that has a source material, is to please the fans. And I know that the movie companies, they're going to want to change it certain ways to appeal to a broader audience, but, if you try to please everyone, then you please no one. So they have to do a certain way where, because Deadpool broke a lot of fourth wall things. He went outside the panel and did some things that, he's aware is one of the weirdest things about him. So they'd have to do it in a way where they can make it funny, but not make it too silly, where they can make it bloody, because, he's going to get killed and chopped up a lot, but still make it, where he can make the jokes, and kind of like Spider-Man, where he can make jokes, but he does jokes in a little different way. And I'm thinking maybe not Ryan Reynolds, maybe someone like Paul Dano, or I can see the scars on his face, and he'll have to lift some weights and stuff like that. But he's a good actor, and I'd like to see someone maybe who's a good serious actor who could do some funny instead of someone silly like other actors. But I think they'll have to walk the line between not being silly and still being kind of funny. But it's going to be a hard one to do, but Deadpool is one I've been wanting to see a long time, and good luck making that one.
Now, there was no way that I could narrow down my choices to just 3. So I had to choose 6. So starting off, my 3B pick would have to be Cyborg. Give me a Cyborg movie. I need some Cyborg in my life. Victor Stone was a very creative character, in my opinion. I thought he was very well pushed in the comics. I even liked him in Teen Titans. And, I'm a kid at heart, so Teen Titans was a cool show to me. But Victor Stone, if you don't know him, he was so badly damaged that a doctor had to put some mechanical parts, which made him a cyborg. And if I had to choose for a movie to be made of Cyborg, I would want an actor like Lee Thompson-Young. In my eyes, I saw him in Smallville. He played Cyborg, and I thought he did such a great job that if they made a full motion picture with it, that's the actor I would want. So my 3B would have to be Cyborg.
My pick would be Mort Walker's Beetle Bailey of 1950. It's more of a comic strip than a comic book, but nonetheless, it's still a comic. And I would see maybe Michael Cera, the star of Juno, the boyfriend. I would see him probably star as Beetle Bailey, and maybe have Sergeant Snorkel be played by maybe John C. Reilly. And I could see this coming together, maybe written by Diablo Cody. It would be more of a funny, comedy movie than an action comic, But I think it would be really funny to see this put to film. Just the comic strips alone are really funny, and you get a kick out of them every Sunday. You can actually check those out. They still go from 1950 till now. That's really long time going, but you guys should really check those out too. But that's what I would like to see, Beetle Bailey.
And real quickly, my 3A movie would have to be The Darkness. I love the comics The Darkness. The Darkness is a character named Jackie Estacado. Jackie Estacado, when he turns 21 on his 21st birthday, he is overwhelmed by the darkness. It's passed down through the men in the family. And the messed up part about that is once they pass on the darkness, they die. So the only way to not die is to basically not have a kid. But I would love to see this made a movie, because it's a dark comic. It is a dark comic. It is much like Spawn, but not Spawn. You know what I'm saying? He's not dead, even though they try to kill him a few times, but Spawn is dead. So I want to see a Darkness movie. He's a mafia hitman to begin with, but once he starts using his darkness powers, you see all these creatures. And I've played the video game. The creatures, they have all sorts of jokes, and they talk a lot of trash to each other, and even him, but he controls them, so I want to see that made into a movie.
Alright, the next movie I'm going to talk about is Death Note. Now, it's kind of a comic book. It's a Japanese comic book, so it's a manga, but they made a movie out of it over there, and I think they're going to make one over here too, and so far, I think the rumors are that Zac Efron is going to be Light, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with giving people, second chances and stuff, because I don't like the stuff that he's been in before, but I'd like to see if he can do it. And I think the other rumor is that Johnny Depp might play L. I don't know about all that, but I think the best way to do it is, since the books were such a long series, I think it was 12 books. To see the evolution of Light from how he was a kind of innocent, and he wanted to do justice, he wanted to do the right things when he was younger, and if you look at the last few pages of the last one, you see the difference between him, and to get a broad scope like that, maybe something like, this is a far wish, but like Peter Jackson can stretch out things like that. If it was anyone else, just do 1 movie, 2 movies, but if you want to really get into the character, I think someone like that could do it. And if we're talking about Peter Jackson, then we got to talk about Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis could be Ryuk. Andy Serkis could be anyone. I mean, I think he's good enough where he could play everybody in the cast, maybe. Or maybe he could play L. There's all kind of things he could do. Maybe he could just be all the Shinigamis and all the gods. But Death Note, I'd like to see that one. Give it to me. Give it to me.
And my 2B movie would have to be Green Lantern. I wasn't happy with the Green Lantern that came out. I just thought it was bad, and they could have did so much better, especially with today's technologies. And Ryan Reynolds is an okay actor in certain movies, but in this movie, I didn't like it at all. I was like, just do more movies with Sandra Bullock and leave it at that. Stop trying to play comic characters. You were 2 for 2 and you were striking out, bro. Like, give it a rest. But I want to see Jon Stewart. I'm done with Hal Jordan. He was great. He did a lot of Mission Impossibles from the Green Lanterns. And, I mean, respect to him. But give my man Jon Stewart some shine. I remember a few years ago, they were talking about making a Green Lantern movie before that one came out. And Common was supposed to play him. So, I guess I kind of got lost in the idea that Common would be playing a comic character. I love his music, and I wanted to see if he could pull it off. He's not that good of an actor, but I thought he fit the standard.
I would like to see Venom made as a movie. I could see Jake Gyllenhaal being Venom, and maybe even having Matthew Vaughn, the director of X-Men First Class, seeing them build this epic story and how the backstory before he became Venom, and maybe even teaming up with Spider-Man and go against Carnage or something like that. But this would just be I could just see so many special effects put into this. And maybe even have Joss Whedon help him out, or Michael Bay, just to make it that much more epic. I don't know, but it would be really cool to see something like that. So, Venom, Jake Gyllenhaal, I would like to see that. Hopefully somebody can help me out with that.
My 2A, I would like to see Daredevil remade. Daredevil, I can go on and on and on about all the mishaps of Daredevil, and the fact that when Ben Affleck was playing Daredevil and they took his mask off and he was kind of staring into space, that looked like his normal face to me. It wasn't even like he was acting. I thought they didn't say cut or something and they just left it in the movie. And Daredevil, I mean, he's from Hell's Kitchen. I didn't feel like I got that vision of Hell's Kitchen. I've never been there, but when I imagine it, it didn't look like that. That looked too nice. That was like an upscale New York place. That didn't look like Hell's Kitchen to me. So who would I have play Daredevil? I put 2 votes in for Matt Damon. Let's give him a shot. Where you at, Matt? Let's do this.
Another movie that should be made would be Black Widow and Hawkeye. We've seen them in the Avengers and a little bits and pieces on Iron Man 2 and Thor, but we need to know what classifies them as being part of S.H.I.E.L.D. because they just have their little roles and they do their little things, but Iron Man he's got all these high-tech stuff. The Hulk is the Hulk, and Thor is just like another god or whatever. But why did Black Widow or how did Black Widow become part of S.H.I.E.L.D.? She's just, maybe we should see a story or a movie where she's just this crazy agent who kills all these people and has all this bloodshed, and the same with Hawkeye, or I don't know how the story would actually go, but I would love to see them to build up their origins in this movie and give more of those non-comic book readers more of an idea of where they came from, because then it would just complete the Avengers and you would know why these characters are apart. So that would be cool to see them do their action-packed full-length film, and that would be pretty cool. So Hawkeye and Black Widow should get a movie.
And my 1B would have to be Spawn. I liked the movie, the 97 version, but I think they could have did better. I want to see it with today's effects. I want to see it with today's actors and today's visual techniques. And I mean, I love Spawn. Al Simmons, he's a hitman anyway. I like that. He's an assassin, and I like this character because he's already dark, and then he loses everything, and goes to hell, and comes back, and now he's a hell Spawn. I remember reading the comics, and Todd McFarlane was really doing it back in the day. I mean, Todd McFarlane even did Spider-Man. I don't know if you guys know that, but he used to draw Spider-Man back in the day. And I want a new and improved Spawn movie. Al Simmons needs to be resurrected. He needs a reboot, not Spawn 2 or Hell Spawn, the sequel, or anything like that. I want a reboot. You could reboot any other movie. Reboot Spawn.
And the number one comic book movie that I want to see is Wolverine. Where's my Wolverine movie? Okay, I know there's already some coming out, and there's one that's the 4 or 5 or something that's already been out, but I want to see a Wolverine with a lot more rage. I want to see some blood. I want to see Wolverine run through people and just chop them down in a place that's not in a forest, in a place that's not in a mansion, maybe not Japan, I don't know. Something that's just dirtier and dingier and somewhere where he can kill people. And Wolverine has these giant claws that are made of adamantium, and his bones are covered in adamantium, and he's supposed to weigh a lot of pounds, and even just a regular punch should send someone across the room. So he has these claws, and if Quentin Tarantino shows something where Jamie Foxx shoots a bullet and a gallon of blood comes out, how come I can't have Wolverine chop someone's head off and blood spurt all over the place? I mean, Wolverine is kind of based on those old Japanese, samurais. So in those old samurai movies, you'd have arms cut off and blood splurt out and all that kind of stuff. I want to see Wolverine take those claws and kill some mofos. They kind of PG it a little bit in some of the movies, which I understand they want to make a broader appeal. But I think if we could get someone maybe like a David Fincher, he did Seven and he did Fight Club. Just imagine the grittiness and the dirtiness that could be brought to something like that. And Hugh Jackman, I like Hugh Jackman, but I don't know. He's when I see him crying in all the Wolverine roles, and then I see him on stage tap dancing with his hat, that's really nice and everything, and I respect him, and he's a fine actor. But maybe just somewhere down the line, I could think of someone who could play a different Wolverine, or maybe Hugh Jackman could do it again, and just have a different writer where he's playing slightly different character. And I don't know. I'd like to see a Wolverine that has a little more punch and claw punch. Where's my Wolverine killing mofo machine?
And my number one pick of all time would be Gambit. Give me a Gambit movie. I want to see him talk in that accent. I want to see him pull some women and do the thing with the thing and the thing and blow some stuff up with cars. Oh man, I would lose whatever that was. I would lose it and then find it to lose it again, because Gambit is a dope character. You know what? I'll even accept if Taylor Kitsch plays him again. That was cool. They showed him all of 10 minutes. Not even 10 minutes. 4 or 5 minutes in the Origins, the Wolverine movie. And the 5 minutes that I saw him in there, I was like, this character needs to be on the screen all to himself. No supporting characters to help him along the way. I just want to see Remy LeBeau do his thing. And as a matter of fact, in this origin movie, I want to see him as a teenager, when he's really discovering his power and probably causing all sorts of shit. I mean, anyone who he's beefing with, just think, this guy can touch a button on your shirt and blow you up. Dang. If I had that power myself, I would do so much with it. I would touch all the little stuff and throw it. I would flick fingernail clippers at people. Just, hey, guess what? Wow. Give me a Gambit movie. Gambit needs to be on the big screen. Like yesterday. Rogue and Gambit. Let's put them in a movie. I'll accept her as a supporting actress. Let's do this. So, this was our picks. Let us know what your picks are. If you agree with us, you disagree with us, whatever. Any movies you want to see, let us know. Comment, put comments down there, subscribe, Film Debris. Follow us on Twitter. It's your boy Concepts. Temple is at Masterside. Jesse at JesseAV88. Just let us know what you think. Comment, subscribe, leave words down there. The button thing really gets me. I mean, so it's really popping off to you. He's getting bullied in school. This is my scene. This kid is getting bullied in school and really getting pushed around, and he accidentally touched the guy's button, and it just blows up in his face. But not strong enough to kill him. I just want to see the guy's hair like blown back and dirt on the face or something like that. Like.